Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about all of the brand new reviews from the larger car reviewers that are on YouTube of the 2022 WRX. And this is not intended to be a video that's disagreeing with their opinions. This is intended to be a video to inform everyone as consumers that their reviews of the 2022 WRX are extremely biased and subjective, and that's because they're not being paid to say what they're saying, but they are using the grace of early access, and I have tons of stuff behind me. They're using the grace of early access from the manufacturer to review that car, and therefore are kind of constrained in what they can say. So in today's video, we're talking about why you need to listen to all of those reviewers like Doug Demuro, all the people like that are reviewing the 2022 WRX, Redline Reviews, all the great YouTubers, and just listen to their videos with a little bit of a grain of salt and take a little bit of what they're saying. Make sure you understand it's coming through somewhat of a veil. Now, these are great YouTubers. I'm not accusing them of doing any wrongdoing. I'm just putting out there that if a manufacturer like Subaru or a company is giving them early access to review a car, of course you know that's happening because all of the reviews came out basically on the same day. Unfortunately, I couldn't count myself as somebody that got early access. You know, maybe one day. But the thing that you need to understand as somebody that's a viewer, you know, a consumer of their content and Subaru WRX content and automotive content is that those people cannot slander that car. Now, I'm not saying the 2022 WRX is in any need of slander because I'm sure it is a wonderful car. It is my opinion that I do not like the way that it looks, but I'm sure it drives a lot better than the current generation. But I guess the point that I'm saying is, for the most part, those reviews that they're creating need to be positive, so they are invited back to future new release test drives and early access content. And again, this is no slander on the creators themselves. This is more of a commentary in general with how automotive marketing happens with niche releases of new generations of cars. Doug Demuro is the perfect example, and he is a master of his trade. He can create an objective, positive review that also juxtaposes, compares some of the negatives of a vehicle without slandering it or being overly negative, you know, kind of keeping the same positive tone. And he is an absolute master of that. I mean, through and through, absolute master. And that's why he's doing what he does and gets access to all these new cars. But again, I want you guys to understand that people cannot go out and say horrible things. So although the WRX may not be horrible, you need to understand, because I've watched all of these videos. I've watched every one of them. I've consumed their content. They are extremely positive, and they might be, but I realized after watching all of them that the realities of some of the things that they could be talking about, like the lack of power a little bit more in depthly, and some of the hot topics about the new generation, where a lot of creators initially and may still feel that the newest generation has fallen short, and some of the design changes that are taking the WRX away from being this unique vehicle and taking it closer to, you know, the churn of what Subaru is trying to put out, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, weren't touched on at the level they were. And I'm sure this wasn't about you know, Subaru or anyone saying please don't talk about it, because it's pretty much free reign. It's all about the creators, like their level of comfort on pushing the boundaries with these new manufacturers, or with these manufacturers, to hopefully keep the relationship that they can keep coming back. Hopefully I'm giving you guys a little bit of an insight of what it's like to be a content creator working with a brand or working with a manufacturer. Even if you're not being paid, you want to keep up a relationship so you can do future work. And it's this catch-22, the paradox of creating content and trying to deliver unbiased content. And it's one of the reasons why you don't see a lot of sponsorships on my channel, because I am critical of companies, and I do review companies, and I do enjoy some of their products, and I'm critical of other products. And I think being critical is important for the manufacturer, and I think for the most part they're happy about that, but it can come off wrong for when companies are trying to get something out there and they want this like only but positive review. And in my opinion, there are creators out there that do sell out, and they take the money and they do all this. You know, guys, forewarning, for the channel my size, I haven't been paid by anyone to put any content on my channel. Like, no one has given me any money to put content on my channel or to sponsor anything. when I do have a quote-unquote sponsored video, it's typically a product that I have some affiliate link, and I really, again, am being very, very critical, and it's one of the reasons I don't take money, and maybe one day I will take money, but with the, the forecast of, if I'm working with a brand, I am going to be critical, and maybe it's one of the reasons that I don't get invited to some of the stuff. Because if you look at WRXs in general, although I don't have the same reach as some of the big people, I think I have a very niche audience, and thank you guys for being here and watching these videos, because we're one of the larger WRX communities on YouTube. Sure, there are bigger creators that cover the WRX, but they don't exclusively talk WRX content. So I don't know, we'll see what happens, but just know as you watch more of these videos, until the general public has access for making content and you see some of these smaller creators make content that isn't necessarily tied to, keep maintaining a marketing relationship, I would just take everything that is said with a grain of salt and just understand that if there are some big negatives, now's not the time that you're going to hear them. So I don't know. Again, not trying to slander anyone, not trying to slander Subaru, not trying to slander the content creators, just trying to make people more aware, because I realized after watching it, people might not be aware that that is the reality of how all of this works. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you guys have a great holiday. Have a great day.